What's up, YouTube? My name is Kenny J, and this is KennyJTV. It has been a very long year. We've made it to September. We're here. And now, September is one of the most important months to me personally. No, not because of my birthday. No, because of any anniversary. But because September is National Life Insurance Awareness Month. Out of all the lines of insurance that I provide, life insurance is something that is near and dear to my heart. I try my best to educate any and everybody about the importance and the value of life insurance. So I'm going to be dropping a series of life insurance videos for the month of September just to bring some awareness, just to show you guys the importance and how to protect your assets and legacy, especially in a time like this. The biggest question that I have gotten so far when I'm providing life insurance to my customers and my clients are, what is the difference between whole life insurance and term life insurance? A lot of times when you are getting life insurance, your knowledge is slim to none. So you trust your agent in order to know what type of insurance that you need. So I'm going to kind of break down the two, so when you are looking for life insurance, you know which one best suits your life. The easiest and kind of coolest way that I can think to break it down is when we are talking about whole life and term life is, are you wanting to rent or are you wanting to own your policy? So another name for whole life policy is a permanent policy. So a whole life takes you for your whole life, opposed to term life insurance, i.e. you're renting your policy or you're having it for a either 10, 20, or 30-year term. Now once that term is over, the life insurance ends. I always recommend everyone to have a whole life. That is just so important. You have so many perks and benefits when you do have a whole life policy. So unlike a term, like I said, the whole life lasts your whole life. So when you pass away, your beneficiary, which is someone that you leave all of the money or the payout to for your life insurance, will receive that. So another cool thing about whole life insurance is that it has cash buildup, and it also has dividends that build up over time that you can take out at any time without any explanation, because honestly the money is working for you. In a later video, I'll have an illustration up showing you how quickly the money builds up in a whole life policy. Usually whole life policies are a little bit more expensive, but for obvious reasons. Opposed to a term life, you're gonna be paying on this policy for your whole life. They do have other whole life policies that are called a modified pay, which will go into deeper in another video. Another cool thing that I like about whole life is the premium for most of the whole life policies stays the same throughout your whole life. So let's say I'm 18 years old, I get a policy and I'm paying $22 a month. Within my whole life, I'm going to continuously pay that $22, even if I get diabetes, if I get cancer, hypertension, or whatever it is, I'm still paying that same amount. Now on the other side, when you look at term, let's say I'm 18 years old, I get a 20-year term policy and I'm paying $16 a month. So for that 20 years, I'm going to be paying that $16. Let's say within the 18th year of that policy, I now get diabetes, I now get high blood pressure, cancer. If you get that disease, now when you renew, it's going to be higher because your age is higher. So a lot of times I do recommend people getting life insurance at a younger age because it is a whole lot less expensive than waiting when you're older. Now, if I try to renew after that 20 or 30-year term, it's going to be a whole lot harder and a whole lot more expensive to insure me because I have an underlying condition and I'm more of a risk. So think about it. Me, if I was an insurance company, I'm going to charge you more if you have an underlying condition because you're more likely to die prematurely, which means that's more money that I, the company, have to put out to you. So you might be thinking, whole life makes the most sense, Kenny. Why in the world would anybody get term besides an insurance agent selling you something that you don't really know you're buying? I thought the same exact thing before I got into insurance. Why would anybody want term if it does not last forever and the prices are gonna go up as I get older? It doesn't really make sense. The situation where I sell term life insurance the most is when I'm doing a homeowner's policy. So I buy my home, I'm financing the home for 30 years. On top of the homeowner's policy, I'm also going to quote you with a term life for 30 years. So let's say the house is $250,000. I'm going to quote you with a $300,000 term life insurance policy. A lot of times, some mortgage companies will call it a mortgage protection. So let's say, God forbid, you pass away and you and your spouse are living in this home. When I pass away, the mortgage will be taken care of, the house will be paid off because I have this term life policy. So on top of the whole life, you also want that term to cover any debt, whether that's your home, whether that's your educational loans, personal loans, any type of debt that you have. That is when term life comes around because your debt doesn't last forever. So you're constantly paying down that debt. So let's say in 30 years, your house is paid off, all your debt is gone. There's no reason to have that term, but there's always a reason to have a whole life so you can give that cash payout to your beneficiary once you pass away. My biggest advice when buying life insurance is make sure that you buy it from an educated life insurance agent. Make sure you're asking any and every question you could think of. Once you buy that policy, you should have no doubt or no questions in your mind about that policy, because unfortunately there are agents out here that are just selling what's best for their pockets. And I've seen time and time again where someone thought they had a whole life policy or they had a term, or their policy lapsed due to the lack of educational knowledge from your agent. So just make sure that you get with somebody that's educated, do your own research, reach out to friends that are insurance agents and see what is the best policy for me. Because the most important thing that you can do in life is protect your wealth, your legacy, and your assets. Happy National Life Insurance Awareness Month. My name is Kenny J. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, hit that bell for my latest notifications. My name is Kenny J, and this is KennyJTV.